What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash and welcome back to the channel, and once again I'm back on the laptop. YuGiOh organization has actually released new support, has released news for the support for new cards in, what was it, ROTD? I think Rise of the Duelist, I think it is, and also the new cards for the Sacred Beast Structure Deck. And I know that it is a little old, but they did release two new cards. They released two cards what you call it, for Secret Slayers. I think the two is Upstart Goblin and Solemn Judgment. Honestly, I'm looking forward to that set. But without any further ado, let's get into it. So it says here, we learn who Malefactor is. So the first card that we have here is a monster card. It is Machina Resurbrake. It is a level 4 Dark Machine effect monster with 1200 attack, 1800 defense, and I hate it when they show ads because I can't get to the full. Here we go. All right, so apparently it is a hard once per turn for both effects. The first effect is actually a quick effect. You can send this card from your hand to the grave, from your hand or field to the grave. Then target one Machina monster you control. It gains 1200 points until the end of the turn. And the second effect is when a Machina monster you control destroys an opponent's monster by battle, and this card is in your grave, you can add this card to your hand. So this card right here is just absolutely, it's just broken. It's just that broken because for one, it's basically an honest for the deck. Literally, it's an honest because we all know what honest does, because it gives a light monster extra points. That's what this card is basically doing. And not only that, it's also a recycler. So it's just really that it's just that good. I've been told, I've heard that in the OCG it's supposed to be good with Cyber Dragons because that the Cyber Dragon deck does use a couple of dark monsters, I think, in the extra deck. This card can just be that good. It could just be that good. So it's a hand trap recycler. I absolutely love the effect. The card itself is actually really cool. The artwork on this thing is actually amazing. Can I show it? Yes, I can. So that's the card. That's the card. That is the card. Alright, so the next card that we have is another effect monster. It's actually a union. It's called Unauthorized Device Malefactor. It is a level 1 Dark Machine Union effect monster with 500 attack and 0 defense. The second effect, the second effect is a hard once per turn, but its first effect is not. Okay, so it says here, you can only use this card to name second effect per turn, once per turn. Its first effect says once per turn you can either target a face-up monster you control, equip this card to that target, or unequip it. Or unequip this card and special summon it. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, destroy this card instead. So this is basically, this effect is basically similar to the monster card Armored Cyburn, which I believe was used in was seen in the Cyber Dragon structure deck, if I remember correctly. Honestly, the effect is okay. It's not. That effect can easily just be negated with cards like MST, Cosmic Cyclone, with was it Ghost Ogre, whatnot. It could just easily be canceled out. So it's good, but you have to play the card correctly, basically. The second effect says, if this card that is currently equipped to a monster is destroyed and sent to the grave, you can special summon this card. So again, both these cards can actually both these effects can special summon, can force this card to be special summon. The downside is as I said, it can easily be ogred. It can be it could just be can't canceled out like that. So I would not recommend using this card unless if you guys know, unless if there was a way to use the card. Hey, go for it. But I really don't see it being used at all in my personal opinion. Next up, we actually have some Math Mech support. So we're finally getting a little bit of Math Mech support, and the only card that's been released, as far as we know, is called Math Mech Diameter. It is a level 4 light Cyber's tuner monster with 1,000 attack and 1,500 defense. They both of its effects are hard once per turn. And its first effect says, when this card is normal summon, you can target a level 4 Cyber's monster in your grave, special summon it, but it cannot activate its effects. And its second effect is a Mathmech Synchro Orixes monster summon using this card as material gains this effect. Once per turn during the during the turn this card was special summoned, when an opponent's card or effect is activated, as a quick effect you can negate the effect. So Mathmechs, we saw Mathmechs burst on the scene in Mystic Fighters, I believe. I believe it was Mystic Fighters, where we got Dragon Maid, where we got the Dragon Maids, Mathmechs, and also the Gene Raiders. I believe so. Mathmechs did absolutely. I think they did okay at a couple of tournaments in the last couple months. I think since the set in the last several months that the set was released, it did pretty well. This card in particular, I think this card can do some incredible shit. This card is just absolutely fucking broken. This card is just that damn good. But it can easily be ashed. That's the only downside. It can easily be ashed with its first effect. And with its second effect, it can actually be ogred. It can be ogred, and it can also be destroyed by the effects of Lightning Storm. So that's the downside, honestly. Other than that, it's a pretty good generic. It's a pretty good generic monster, especially for different Cybers decks. But just for its own deck archetype, absolutely broken. Next up, onto the spell. So we have a brand new spell called Dragon Cycle of Celestial Illusions. It is a quick play spell, and you can only use either. You can use either this card's name, 1 or 2 first or second effects per turn, and only once that turn. So its first effect says, tribute 1 worm monster, add 1 worm monster from your deck to your hand. If you tributed a non-effect monster, basically a normal monster, I would estimate, to activate this card, you can special summon it with its effect negated, instead of adding it to your hand. If you control a face of non-effect monster, you can banish this card from your grave, add a tenny. Oh, it's for tennies. Okay, that's an interesting one. Add 1 tenny card from your deck to your hand. Okay, so tennies are, I don't know. Tennies, I don't think tennies are gonna get any are gonna skyrocket. Honestly, I mean, don't get me wrong. The card itself is really good. I just don't think it's gonna be that broken. But comment below. Let me But comment below, what do you guys think about that card? Comment below, I'm curious. And then last but not least, we actually have a new trap card for Dragon Maids. Dragon Maids are finally getting support. I believe they first got the added support in Ignition Assault, I believe. That was actually just released earlier in the month. This is a normal trap card. It's called Dragon Maid Cleanup. You can only use either of this card's names one first or second effect per turn, and only once that turn. Its first effect says target a dragon you control and a card and one card your opponent controls. Your opponent controls or have in their grave. Return them to the hand. It's a good recycler for both for the deck. The downside, that's the upside. It's a recycler. The downside is that it can again hand traps. It can easily be hand trapped. Just like that. Its second effect says you can banish the card from your grave, special summon a Dragon Maid monster from your hand or grave in defense position, but return it to the hand during the end phase. Again, hand trapped. It can easily be hand trapped just like that. Honestly, my thoughts on the set itself, Return of the Duelist, I am looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what other cards are going to be in the set. I know that we're getting new support for Yugi for his I guess for his Exodia deck. I would estimate, something like that. Something like that. But other than that, honestly, I think the set itself is going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see what cards are going to be in, or what other cards are going to be in the set. Now for the Sacred Beast structure deck. So we're finally getting a lot. So there are several cards. So there is exactly, I believe, there's actually one card that we've been missing from this entire time, and we never got it. This first and actually this one is called Chaos Core. It is called Chaos Core. It is a dark attribute. It is a level 3 Dark Fiend monster with 0 attack, 0 defense. You can only use this card's name's first effect once per turn. Its first effect says when this card is targeted by a card effect or for an opponent's monster's attack, as a quick effect, you can send up to three cards from your hand or deck to the grave. One each of the Sacred Beasts. So if you send all 3 Sacred Beasts to the grave, place one Phantasm counter on this card for each sent to the grave. And if you do that, you take no battle damage for the rest of this turn. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can remove a 1 Phantasm counter from it instead. I'm not even going to say anything about this card, how bad this card is. It's not even that bad. This card is just absolutely fucking insane. Literally, it's that good. There's nothing more to say about that. This next one is called Chaos Summoning Beast. Level 1 Dark Fiend monster, 0 attack, 0 attack and defense. First and second effects are hard once per turn. Says you contribute this card. Special summon 1 Uriah, Haman, or Raviel from your hand, ignoring these summoning conditions. Bruh. I want to build this deck. I'm saying it now. I want to build this deck. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but you can bet your ass I'm gonna fucking build it. It's just that good. You can manage this card from your grave, add a Fallen Paradise from your deck to your hand. So the only downside to this card is its second effect. Because that you're adding cards from your deck to your hand, it can easily be ashed. Its effect can easily be ashed. I believe its first effect, I don't think it could be hand trapped. But then again, it can easily be negated with Effect Veiler, which is the only thing I can think of at this point. But yeah, so honestly, There's really nothing bad to say about these cards except that they're just really good. Then we're getting a card that was actually seen in the anime. If you guys saw the duel between Jaden and Kagemaru in the GX anime, you will know that that Shepard had gave Jaden, Chaz, Crowler, Bastion, Alexis, Zane, and Banner? I think Banner. Hold on. Jaden, Chaz, Zane, Crowler, Alexis, Banner, and Bastion. Yeah, so 7 duelists, 7 spirit keys. Each key would unlock a piece of the gate. This card is actually based off of that. It is called the 7 Spirit Gates Unleashed. It is a continuous spell which has 3 effects, and each one of these is absolutely incredible. Its first effect says, when this card is activated, you can add from your deck to your hand 1 Uriah, 1 Haman, 1 Raviel, or 1 monster that specifically lists any of the sacred beasts in its text. So obviously Chaos Core. I think Phantom of Chaos would be no, wait, because Phantom of Chaos wouldn't count. Chaos Summoning Beast as well. Dark Summoning Beast would be another one. It's just really that good. But again, Ash, it can easily be ashed easily. Effect number 2. Once per turn, you can discard a card, special summon a fiend monster with 0 attack and defense from your grave. This card can easily be Ghost Bell because Ghost Bell focuses on cards in the graveyard, so it can easily just be belled. It can easily be Ghost Belled. Effect number 3. Once per turn, if you control a level 10 monster, you can add a continuous spell from your grave to your hand. Yeah, that's pretty good. Honestly, though, again, I mean, these cards are really broken. Just not sure if they would if they would work out. You never know. You never know until we do get the structure deck itself. And then we have a trap card known as the Sacred Beast's Awaken. It's a continuous trap that has 2 effects. This card gains these effects depending on the number of Uriah, Haman, and Raphaels you control with different names. So if you control one of the 3 Sacred Beasts, each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster, gain life points equal to their combined attack points. Boral Sword, Appaloosa. They summon those, you gain a lot of points. It's just that good. 2 of the 3 Sacred Beasts negate the activating effect of monsters that your opponent controlled when that effect was activated. Dare I say more? However, if you control all 3, not only can you activate those 2 effects, but you can also activate this one as well. Any monster sent by your opponent's graveyard is banished instead. If your opponent was to activate a hand trap, this card was sent into the grave. It's basically a call by the grave. It's a call by the grave for the deck. You don't need call by the grave. All you need is this. 3 of these, you're good. You're good. Hand traps are done. It's just that good. And its second effect says once per turn during your turn, if you control a level 10 monster, you can add a continuous trap from your grave to your hand. So obviously you can add this, you can add this trap card itself to your hand. You can add pretty much anything. It's just really that good. Honestly, my thoughts on the new support that we're getting even more, more and more, as we get even more in depth with the set. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. I can't wait to see what other cards we'll be getting in destruction. I think these are the only new cards we're getting. I think everything else is gonna be reprints. I think Chaos. I think Phantom of Chaos is gonna be in there. All three Sacred Beasts are gonna be in there. I think those are the only ones, and even also Armor Towel is gonna be in there. I'm not so sure, but guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about these new cards, and if you guys enjoyed this video, smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My links will be down in the description below. And if you guys have any fan mail that you want to send me, my address will be at the top of the description below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.